Hello everyone, this is Dimitri with Ukidz LLC, UGears US. Today we're going to be building Harry Potter platform 9 3/4. As you can see by video releases, I'm going backwards from the newest models to the latest, to the oldest. It's just haven't done these for a while, so decided to come back into my favorite hobby. By the way, you can find all these models, if they're in stock, on ugears.us or ukidstoys.com. And obviously, please follow our channel. There's more interesting and fun stuff is coming. So I'm going to be doing more assemblies and other fun stuff, hopefully. So let's go ahead and open this model. So this is one of the older ones. So we still have a little plastic cover on this and a book style box. Let's open it up. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 boards here for the assembly. We have the assembly instructions. We have some printed paper, I guess, to make the design look better. We do have little wax stick, and we do have a sandpaper. Everything. So I'm gonna put the printed paper on the side for now. So the wax stick is obviously there to reduce the friction of the components for the moving parts. And then there's the sandpaper that we need to sand some parts also to reduce the friction. Looks like this will not have any wind-up mechanism, so it's going to be just a simple build, more like stationary. I'm sure there's some moving components as always with UGears. We do have 230 parts, and it is designed for 14 plus. However, in my opinion, I think kids usually starting about 10 years old, maybe 11, they can start building those, especially if you're into STEM, educational, mechanics, engineering. So if they love or if they like Mike Rober, I think this would be, or these kits would be nice for them. Well, in either case, let me check, make sure the video is running and everything is good. And we're gonna start with the assembly instructions. The first page or second page of the book tells you that, hey, with the assembly, carefully remove the parts, make sure you wax everything, check the mechanical components, and so on. Page number 3 will have some symbols that we're going to see through the assembly instructions. The symbol with a little gear, it's a toothpick and one of these little tea light candles. That indicates that you do need to wax the parts. I personally prefer that these tea light candles because, well, A, they're readily available. B, there's softer wax. It's melts at a little bit lower temperatures, or I want to say, sorry, at lower temperatures. So when you put it in your fingers, you kind of can already feel that it melts, versus this wax is a little bit tougher. So in either case, you can use one or the other. Exclamation point will tell you that you need to make sure to pay attention at that specific point because it may be some directionality or something like that that you need to look at. Right below, anything on the boards that you see that has a little plus right next to it, that means that it's a spare component, extra part, just in case if you break the original, that one is available on the board. So you don't have to email us or email manufacturer for the replacement. It gives you the list of part numbers, so you can look it up during the assembly. It's like, oh, I broke that one. Yep, it's available. Pull it off the board, find it on the another board, and you don't have to contact for the replacement. Otherwise, you can send us email to info@ugears.us or customer service at ugearsmodels.com and get a replacement from us or from the manufacturer at no charge. So the part is at no charge, but if you place the order not through our site, UGears US, or one of the local stores, Unfortunately, I will not be able to cover the shipping on it, so there's going to be a little cost associated with that. But if you order from the manufacturer, the replacement parts from the manufacturer directly, they will replace it at no charge, including the shipping. So one or the other option, if you bought it from us or from one of our local retailers, will replace the parts at no charge. Otherwise, you can contact the manufacturer if you don't want to pay for the shipping. All right, moving on. Helping tool H is on board number 1, top right corner. So we're just gonna go ahead and pull it out first. I do have a couple from other assemblies laying around, so usually you can use the old one or you can pull the new one from the board. So this one's a little tough. Here we go. Need to use 2 hands. That's on board 1. Moving on, page number 4. So it just shows you how to use the tool to push the parts out. It's a smaller part. It will help you. It's because it's going to be a little bit tough on the fingers. And then once again, we go through the exclamation, through the symbols again for some weird reason. Also in the instruction, wanted to mention that on the left hand side, you usually see the board numbers that you can pull the parts off of. So whatever's on that page, all the parts going to be highlighted and shown on the left on the boards, and we'll tell you the number of the boards. So let's go ahead and start the assembly. Step number 1 on page number 4. We need parts. Part number 1, it's on board number 2. That's going to be a large piece right here. There's some components within that large piece. So let's go ahead and pull the part out first to make sure that we have it right in front of us. And usually you push from the front towards the back. That helps to, if there is delamination or a little bit of a pull of the fibers of the board, those that pull will stay on actual board rather than on a part. So saying that, or given that, these parts that are within the actual part, I'd recommend to push them from the back, especially if they are within another confinement held up by another piece there, because that way that if anything pulls, that it's going to stay on the actual board. So let's go ahead and push these parts out. Make sure you keep them on the side and don't throw them out, because these are actual components we're going to be using through the assembly. Let's see. And I have parts coming out too. Just need to be careful. Put them aside. And then there's more pieces here from the back. So and you can see, if you look at the little line, the laser cut line, you'll see the connection point. So that's where you want to apply the pressure. It'll help you to move it out. So this is our part number 1. We need to make sure that the writing is on the top. And that's the way you're going to insert the parts from the top into the part. And then these where the multiple holes are at should be top left corner as you assemble. Next, part number 1 is done. And then we need parts number 2. Then we need 5 parts number 2. They are within this top portion of part number 1. So go ahead and push those out. So we need 5 of these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm gonna start pre-assembling those just to make sure that we don't get, so these go into two top holes at the top. Make sure the arch is away from the center of the board, or away from part number 1. So just like this, so it's facing outward. And then we need 3 more on this side. Once again, almost inserted the wrong way. And so I do have right now my table as a leverage to insert these, so kind of helps to push it all the way in and make sure there is no spacing in between the board number 1 and the part. Next, we need parts number 3. Those will be on board number 1. Or actually, we can finish up. So we need part number 4 and 6. So those going to be on board number 1. Part number 6 is right at the little bit above the middle on the left hand side of the center line. And that part number 6 gonna go with part number 5, which is right at about, there's a couple of spares at the middle to the right of the center line. And then this one, so the part number 6 gonna go into 5, just like this. Make sure it's all the way in, and then that's gonna go into these little 4 holes that are in the center. So part number 6 gonna be facing along the long side of the board, and then I need a little bit of pressure to insert it. All right. And then part number 4 also should be, let's see, it is on board number 2 within these little pieces. So right next to parts number 2. And that one's going to go on a corner, bottom left corner here, once again, with the arch facing outward. Make sure it's all the way in. Now we need 5 parts number 3. They're bottom left side of the board number 1. And let's see, we just need 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here, you just want to wax within the centerpiece, and you may want to wax the tabs a little bit. So this will help to reduce the friction as you insert the parts into the corresponding holes. So just get those waxed, all 5 parts, and then they will go over part number 2. So all the 2s that you installed, it's going to go over them, and it's going to go into these 2 holes that are on the side, left and right hand side of part number 2. So, and here's the reason why you needed to wax it, is because as you insert it, I mean, it's a little bit tight. So that will reduce the friction a little bit and help you insert the part completely in. So just need to make sure that the holes are lined up. And as you're lining up, you can use your helping tool to apply pressure. That's another option. Here we go. And it's a little thicker from a different assembly. Here you go. So we're done with page number 4. Moving on to page number 5. Here we need from board number 6, that's a small board, so a little tiny one. We need parts number 8 and 7. So 3 number 8 and 1 number 7. Let's see, board number 6, part number 8, bottom, all the way at the bottom at the edge on the left hand side. Part number 7 is right above it, kind of the mirror image of it. And that part number 7 I'm going to put to the left. Let's see, and we need 2 more 8s. There's one at the top at the edge to the left, and then there is one to the kind of like on the left edge, mirror image of that one. Just like this. And let's see, these can go into right edge of the board number 1 or part number 1. So 8's gonna go into the furthest hole away from you, second, third, and then the 7's gonna be right the one that is close to you. We insert with a thicker tab into the hole and facing outward. So 1, 2, 3. And then part number 7 is going to go right into the last hole to the right. And that's our part A1, subassembly A1. We're going to put it aside. Moving on to the page number 6. Page number 6, we need board number 4. And we need to push the part number 9 out of it. So the part number 9 is the top portion of the board. So once again, we're gonna do the part first. And then we're gonna push out the internal components. Board number 4, just wanna make sure they're in sequence. And then everything from the back. And then if you can't easily push them out, I'd recommend to pre-cut the parts. To pre-cut these little connection points. With hobby knife. Doesn't come with the kit, but you can get it at pretty much any store. Alrighty, and here we need, let's see, parts number 2. Let's see if there is any, so the large hole is going to be at the top. The hole with a set of more holes on the right hand side and then single holes on the left hand side. And it's kind of similar assembly to the one that we just did. So we need parts number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're within that little board that was at the top of part number 9. So let's see. Carefully push them out. Once again, you can pre-cut them. If you break the board is okay. If you break a part is not. So careful with the part. Board doesn't matter. So 5 pieces. And then we will need part number 4. And then 6s is going to be in step number 2, so we're not going to worry about that just yet. All right, so part number 4 is going to go in the bottom right. Once again, arch facing away. All the way in. Then part number 2, same thing. So 5 of these, 1, 2, 3 on the side and 2 on the top. And then if it doesn't insert very well, apply a little bit of a wax on the tab. And then it's gonna go almost right in. So this one doesn't go very well. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of a wax on the tab. And then as I put it in, it will slide right in. A little bit, still a little bit of a pressure, but it's going to be much easier. And then we need part number 3. Once again, back on board number 1. So we need 5 of those. Bottom left corner, 1, 2, 3. And then bottom right corner, 4, 5. Once again, same as before, we're going to wax the tabs. We're going to wax the center cut, just to make sure that we can easily insert them easier into the assembly. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're gonna use our little helping tool. So as you insert these over part number 2, push them in, and then use your tool, kind of apply pressure to get them into the holes completely. We need to fix that one. We'll come back to it in a second. And that one. There we go, one. Need to apply a little bit more pressure. I guess not enough wax on there, so we got our parts installed. And then step number 2, we need 2 parts number 6. They're within the same piece where the part number 4 and 2s were. So carefully remove those from the board, and that piece can be thrown out. And then we need part number 5. it's right at the center of board number 1. So 2 pieces, there's a couple of spares, there's part number 5 and 3, just in case. Same thing, I'm gonna apply a little bit of a wax on the tabs, just to make it easier to insert it into the parts. So same here, just get part number 6 within number 5, and then into the board, 1 and 2. And that will complete our assembly on on page number 6. Make sure it's inserted completely. One of the ways you push your little tool through and set it into the holes. All right, just like this. Moving on to the page number 7, we need from board number 6, part number 2 number 10s, 1 number 8, and 1 number 7. And so number 7 is going to be top left corner, opposite of the 8, and 10 is right next to it in mirror image. So 10, another 10 is going to be on the bottom, a little bit above number 8. And then we can push the number 8 out too while we add it. So 10, 8, and 7. 10, 10, 8, 7. All right, put the board number 6 aside. And the same thing. So he gives you the idea. So number 10 has this opening. Number 8's got this little slide, I guess. And then number 7 has a tab on the edge. And they all should be facing outwards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's our A2. Moving on to the page number 8. Check the record. We need parts number 12 and 11. And they're going to be on, number 12 is going to be within that piece from the board number 1. We need 2 of those for now. And then number 11 are on board number 1, right? No, on board number 2 and 4. So board number 2, number 11 is bottom left corner here. And then board number 4, same thing, bottom left corner, within a part number 11. Then we connect these two with the side tabs, connect to part number 12. And then on the other end, second part number 12. And that's our A3. Now, next step, we take our A1, that's the first assembly, turn it upside down, and it's going to be on the left-hand side. Your A2 is going to be on the right-hand side with these longer pieces facing towards you. And let's see, we need step number 1 at the top of the page, number 8. We need to connect these two on the sides, the part number 7 on one side and on the other side, with part number 12. So there's 2 more on that little piece of board that we did. And put this aside because you do have a spare of number 12 just in case. So I'm gonna throw it out, but I can always dig back into my little garbage can. So here, I'm gonna turn it upside down for a second. We connect number 12s on this side. 1 and 2, just make sure it sits completely, and on the other side, 1 and 2. Make sure it sits completely and fully. And then this little piece in step number 2 is gonna go into the holes right here, 4 holes. That one's gonna go with these two little parts, number 11 facing in the short direction. Right, so now 12s are on the side, right and left. Make sure it sits completely. Now we can turn the board back upside down, this little assembly. Pretty long, and hopefully it fits within the video. Yes, so you can see it nice. And now we insert a couple prints on here. So let's see, we got this one big piece. We're gonna it's pre-cut on the paper, so we need to remove this paper. And then we have little pre-cut pieces within the center of it. So I'm gonna push all these pieces out. There's a few circular ones. I'm gonna clean up the garbage a little bit later. So I'm gonna push out all these pre-cut pieces. If you hold the paper under the angle, you'll see all of them. So some in the corner, some on the side, a couple in the center. Make sure all of them are removed from the paper. And then that's gonna go on the right-hand side. And so make sure these center pieces are matching up with the holes on the our sub-assembly. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 part number 13 to lock these up. And so the number 13s are on board number 2 in the top right corner, right here within the part, so we can push the whole thing out or pull the whole thing out. That's board number. That was board number 1. Let's see, is there board number 2? Do we have them in 2? No, that's board number 1. I'm a little confused. Oh, those are number 12s. So number 13s are on board number 1 and 5. So I pulled it from number 1, whichever, it doesn't matter. And then you can either push it with your fingers or you can push them with a little helping tool. So once again, we need 2, 4, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm gonna put this on the side right now, so because we're gonna come back to it later. So let's see, this side we insert all 13 on the left, facing in the long direction. The ones that are 4 13s on the left and right hand side. And then, center and left hand side towards the center. So long direction and the long direction, and then on the side here, they're gonna go into the vertical direction or in the shorter, along the edge. That's your orientation. So don't put it this way, put it along the edge, the long way. Alrighty. We're done with page number 8. Moving on to the page number 9, and we're gonna do similar thing on the left hand side. Get the paper out. There's a second one, same thing. Push out all these little tabs that are within, and then that was the difference between the papers, because there is a exclamation point which paper to use. Just for me, I forgot to mention it, and it happened to be the one on the top that was the correct one. So the right side has the 4 holes in the center. The left side does have only 2 holes. in the center. So that's the difference between the two papers that you're gonna see inside the box. So you wouldn't be able, I mean, you can put it wrong, but it should be fairly easy to replace. And then once again, we need number 13, and we need 2, 4, 7 again. So same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And once again, those are on board number 1, on board number 5. So there's a few of them, number 13s. And I have one spare on here. I'm sure there's more spares throughout the assembly. I'm gonna put it aside because most likely, or just in case. So same thing, the ones that are towards the middle, we're gonna do alongside the long way. Directionality this way, 1, 2. Doesn't want to sit very well. Give me a second. I'm gonna lift it up just to put the parts in. Careful now, it's much larger sub-assembly, so it's all right. With me, this little struggle with the 4 small holes. Me throwing things around. I'm okay. It's just a box fell, so flipped it with my elbow. Ooh, and then it didn't pull out these little pieces. And 3 holes. Once again, the directionality and the ones on the edge are along in the shorter side, right? So it's gonna go parallel to the edge. I mean, they all parallel to the edge. It's just these guys, the short side, especially the corner ones, are parallel to the short edge. All right, so we're done with this step number 1. Moving on to the step number 3, sorry. And moving on to the step number 4, we need, let's see, parts number 15 and 4 14s. So 14s are on board number 3, and they're on the right hand side. We need, there's 1 spare, and there's 4 long pieces. These, because they're long and fragile, it could be maybe a good idea just to pre-cut them, but you do have an extra spare one just in case if you break it. So once again, you look for the connection points and you kind of squeeze it a little bit or apply pressure at the connection point, so that way you break it off, and then it's just easier to push the parts out. Here we go, we got 4 of these, and then part number 15s, they're on board number 6 on the small board. And they are like within, on the left, top left, and bottom left. All right, and then those 15s gonna go on the edges. And we're gonna start from the right hand side. So the 15 is gonna go with these little holes outward. We're gonna do the 15, let's see. These little notches that are going downward, there should be, I mean, they should be down. So you insert that into the top hole, and then we do 1 by 1 onto these parts that are sticking out. 1, make sure you line up the hole, apply pressure, and it should go in 1, 2, 3, 4. And then same thing, these little notches or holes facing outward, or in this case towards the platform itself. Line up the holes and push it in. And same thing on left hand side. I'm gonna start with the one that is towards the platform first. Insert this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a little simpler assembly than some of the, because we don't have that many moving components in here. This is stationary platform, and that would be our subassembly A. Moving on to the page number 10, we're gonna put that subassembly on the side right now. I have to kind of put it a little further away because I'm gonna need more space. I'm gonna clean up this portion right here just to make sure all these are not reflecting or not on the way. Throw those out. Let's see, we need part number 16 and step number 1 at the top left. That one's on board number 1. And let's see, this is right within the center here. So part number 16. Pull out this little piece where the part number 6 was, once again from the back. Let's see, the should be with the arch facing towards you, and then we need more 13s. Now we know they're on board number 5, the top left corner. There's more in the center or at the middle, and we're gonna need just 2, 1 and 2. And we need the little arch piece. It's one of the pieces here. Make sure the arch would match the directionality. Two holes, and these holes should match with the little notches here. So this way looks good, and then your 13 facing in your y-axis, I guess, directionality. So they're gonna go into these. There's a hole, set of 3 holes. It's gonna be the one that's the hole by itself. Let's see, 1. Wrong hole. No, right hole. Wrong wrong paper. And let's see, yes, so that's a wrong arch. The one that we need has spider web on the outside, and the holes, because mine holes didn't match, which is a good indicator, otherwise I would have applied it. So now this one matches, and the holes match. So 1 and 2. We have the spider web here. So that's our B1. Gonna put it aside. Down on the bottom, we need part number 17, also on board number 1 at the top here. I already pulled out all the 13, so it should not be on the way. This is parts number 20. I'm gonna keep it in here for now. Now this one, let's see, so with the long leg on the right hand side, so your design is on facing the table. We need part number 13 again too, and then there's another spider web. That's the one that I accidentally almost put on the wrong part. That's the one. So bottom right facing you is the little spider web. 2. That's our B2. I'm gonna put it on the side 2. Now step number 1 in the center of the page here, 10. We need part number 18 and 19. They're on board number 5. Page number 10, board number 5. So number 18 is at the top left here. And we push the parts number 13 out of it, and number 19, once again, the design facing outwards, is going to be on the left hand side, and part number 19 is going to be on right at the center here. There are more number 13s within it, so we'll push these out. And then we need part number 20. That's the one that we just almost pulled out from board number 1. Top left corner. I'm just going to use those, although it doesn't show to use those. It shows to use the board number 5, whichever one you want. So that one's going to go in the, let's see, 1 hole. So that's going to be the connecting these 2 pieces. So 1 hole of each, just like this. And then we need a long paper pre-printed, or is it 2 pieces? No, it's not 2 pieces. It's a pre-printed longer piece. Can I find it? For the slot. Did I lose a piece? No. No, probably 2 pieces. That'd be my assumption. So, because that's the only 2 that I see on here. That may work. So no, I don't see that 1 long piece. So it's going to be 2 pieces. One is on page 5 or P5 of this little pre-printed stuff. And let's see, so there's a spider web that's gonna go, hold on, let me punch the holes in. That's gonna go on the left hand side. Let me see if it's matching these little holes. Yes. And then the second one is on pre-printed page B3 right here. Also has a spider web, which is going to go in the top right corner. So there's 2 spider webs, and this one's got a little pre-cut. So is this one, a little step. So push these little things out. It's going to go on the right hand side just like this. All right, so it's 2-piece papers, not 1, as shown in the picture. And here we need parts number 13. We need 4 of them. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to connect these papers to part number 19 and to part number 18. Make sure still recording. We're all good. Let's see, and moving on to the step number 2, we need 1 more number 20. Also on board 1. And that's going to go on the left hand side here, with the arch towards the top, into the 2 holes, internal holes. So 2 outside holes are staying intact. And then part number 22 on the right hand side, that's probably on board number 5. On the right hand side, right below the 20. Oh, that's a spare 20. And that one's gonna go on the right hand side. Let's see, with one, that is the let's see, the tab that is in the center, that's gonna go in the second hole from the top, just like this. So they're all on the same level. And then we need parts number 21, 4 of them. They're gonna be on board number 1, bottom right. So 4 parts number 21. And these gonna go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 holes all around, with the flat surface facing the opening, facing that inner arch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see. This one inserted correctly, but I guess there's a dot on here facing outwards. So, and once again, the second hole, so it's easy to insert. Moving on to the page number 11. Step number 3, we need this long piece that is on paper number P3 with a little spider webs. This one doesn't have any openings on the right, so this one's gonna go into these slots along the arch with the spider web on the outside. Let's see, on the right hand side. Right, so we just insert in front of these parts number 21. Into the slots that are on these parts number 18 and 19. Helping tool to get those in. All right, all around. Step number 4, we do that B2 and B1. So B1 is going to be on the right hand side. We just flip it around and make sure you, once again, you need to match these little holes, slots. And we're going to start from the bottom here. It's pulling out. A little tough piece. Woohoo! Help from both ends. Let's see, this side's matching. Guiding the parts number 21 just to make sure that they sit in correctly, and then guiding this little paper to make sure that it's in the slot. There you go. My right side is this along this edge, not here. I haven't snapped it at the top yet. It's all nice and sitting there perfect. And then I'm gonna do the left side with a B2. Kind of similar scenario. I'm gonna start from the edge. Paper first, then part number 21. these up. Continue all around on the arch. It is a little tedious, but it is what it is. There you go. So this arch is completed, and now we need just to match these guys. And on this side, the center pieces too, and then the edge all around. Just like this. And then we put a little bit of wax on these little tabs that are on the bottom. Moving on, that's our B. Moving on to the page number 12, and we're gonna put that B on the side. Check the recording is all good. Step number 1 on page number 12, we need part number 23. Let's search for that one. Board number, let's see. Board number 2 is 25. Board number 4 is 24. Board number 5 is 23. So board number 5 on the bottom here, bottom right, this bottom all the way at the bottom is part number 26. So we're gonna start with 23 with the thicker design outward towards the table. We need 2 parts number 13, 1 and 2, and then we need a short little piece here. This one can go in the garbage. Little arch. Let's see, it's on P5. Let's see, and that one's gonna go part number 13 here and here. Going into the vertical direction, that's our C1 with the thicker piece on the left. Then C2 on the bottom there, we need part number 24. That was on board number 1. Was it 1? No. It's on board number 2 is 25. 24 is on board number 4 on the bottom here. Also facing down, and let's see, there is one with the side with a little tab and one with the cut slot, and one is without the slot on the edge, so that one's going to be on the left hand side. So then we put a little piece on there with the, which is on paper number 4, P4, and that's the one with the spider web in the top left corner. So the one on the bottom here, in the way I'm holding the piece. Push out all these little holes. I'm going to be doing a lot of cleaning after this assembly. Let's see, so spider web top left corner, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 8 holes, and we just need 4 number 13s. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a spare one. I'm gonna put it aside because we may need it. So that goes on the top right corner, 1. Top left corner, 2. Bottom left, 3. And bottom right, 4. So there's going to be 4 holes that are open still, and that's our C2. Moving on to step number 1 on the right hand side, we need part number 25, which we learned that it's on board number 2, bottom. You need to pull out all these extra pieces from just one extra piece. Facing downwards. With this tab on the right hand side, we need part number, or another piece of paper that is on P4, with the spider web on the top right corner. And the same thing, we push all these little holes out with my helping tool. Clean off the papers. Spider web top right corner, same thing, match the holes, and we need 4 more number 13s. I have it already removed from one of the pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4. And same scenario, bottom right, top right, top left, bottom left. Then we need part number 26, which will be on board number 5 on the bottom here, all the way at the bottom. And that one with the thicker portion on the right hand side, design away from you. Once again, we need 2 number 13s here. We got one broken a little bit, so I'm gonna use a spare one. I have a few, and then we need a little arch with a spider web on the top left corner. It's also on P4 with the 2 holes matching up at the top here. We insert number 13 holding the paper down. And we need 6 number 21s. They are on board number 4. We're on board number 4. We pulled them out earlier for one of the parts. So we need 1, 2, 3. Oh, 6, although it says 2 spares, but looks like there are no spares. On this, oh no, there's another one. So I guess I already started pulling the spares. So I got all the 21s out. So we have 2 extras, and same thing, we inserted all around these holes that are closer to the, except this one, it's not the one that closer to the edge, the one that a little bit out. 2 on the arch. And then same thing, the one that is away from the edge hole, and one on the bottom. And these are going to be close to each other. Moving on to the page number 13, we need 2, let's see, part number 20. That was on board number 5 now for me. So that's a spare one. There's 2 on the bottom here. So we need 2 of the 20s. Actually, right at the center, to a little bit above the middle on the right hand side of the to the right. These gonna go to connect these 2 parts. And then on the right hand side, within the 2 holes that are internal. Then we need 4 more parts number 21. We have them in here, and then we'll leave 2 as a spares because I removed it from the other board. So these guys gonna go with the slots this way. So the burned surface is going to be towards the inside. 4 of these going to go into the 4 holes. Double check the timing and the video. And then we need 1 of the longer pieces of paper on that is on P4 again. That's gonna go into this arch right here with a spider web towards the outside on the right hand side. So I'm gonna go from internal 1, 2, 3. This one's a little bit easier maybe. Hold on, need to make sure that it's all inside before I start inserting. All around. All right, and then that's our step number 3. Step number 4, we need our C1 and C2 added on here. So I'm gonna start with the C1 from inside, I guess. I'm lining up the paper into these slots. Then I'm lining up part number 21 to lock it in. Or just give it a little push, not to completely snap just yet, but enough to hold it together. And just make sure that these papers are in the slots. On both sides. Creating a nice little arch internal. This side is good. This side, and this guy. There you go. All around is snapped, except this too. All the way. C1 is installed. And now the C2, turn it around. So this one is towards the inside. And we just need to match the holes. And then you just need to apply the pressure on 21 from both ends. Make sure not to snap it, that it's lined up and it's sitting right at the hole where it's supposed to sit. And then I can do this top portion. And now at the edge, 1 and 2. All right, and that's our sub-assembly C. Once again, we need to wax these little tabs. And put it aside. All right, continue. This page number 13. Moving on to the page number 14. Continue our sub-assembly. Step number 1. We do our A. Bring it back out. Need to clear a little bit of room. So, and then our C, the one that we just assembled, is going to go onto the part on the right hand side, and B is going to go on the left hand side. So B is the first one. Then we need to insert. So that one, let's see, the one with a thinner side is going to go towards inside, and this is going to go into these 4 holes. So 1, 2. You probably want to hold it from the bottom when you're inserting. Then we need to get these 2 pieces connected right here. On the front and on the back. At the top, and then insert them into the platform on the bottom here. Once again, make sure you hold it from the bottom as you're inserting. Turn it around. And same thing. So I connected it at the top first, and now I'm pushing it into the inside. Connecting to the platform all around. And that's the reason why you needed to wax them, so they're easier to insert. And that's our D. Once again, let's put it on the side. Step number 1 on the top at the right hand side of page number 14. We need part number 27. And so let's see, 27, we already have it pulled out. There are 2 of them, so we just need 1 for now. And we need part number 28. 28 is on board number 1. And there's at the bottom, there's a very bottom, that part that is nice long piece. And so that one facing, arch facing towards the top, we're inserting in the 2 top holes with the 4, well, I mean, that's the only one, the only way you can insert it. That one in too easy. Wondering if it's supposed to go that easy. And then 28 into part number 29. Let's see, part number 29 is going to be on board number 2. We already pulled it out, so there's 29 with the tab on the bottom, and we insert another 28, which is from board number 1. And also at the 2 top holes, they're also easy, that's E2. Moving on to the page number 15, that's E1, E2, part number 30, that's the one next to 29. Part 31. 31 is going to be the out of 3 that is left, the one in the middle. That one's going to go into the 2 top holes, and that's going to be E3. Then we need another 28. There's 2 of them are left. One is into part number 32. These are on these little board. That's a smaller one with the holes towards the top, like this. That's E4. And then E5 on the bottom, part number 33. That's a long piece that was right next to the 32. That one's gonna go 28. So we're done with board number 1, parts wise. You can put it aside, don't throw it out just yet. And that one's gonna go, once again, the 2 top holes, E5. Now we have, gonna take our sub-assembly, and E1's gonna go from the, from the right hand side to the left. So E1, we need to insert into this hole right here, right next to the wall, and then we kind of bend it in and snap it to the because this one's protruding into the 2 holes that are empty. On a vertical piece. E1, E2, just need to make sure you hold it from the back. E3, towards the center, it's the center piece, so there's 2 holes. E4, that's the short one, it just hangs. And then E5, one at the end. Now we have that nice arch, and that's our sub-assembly E. Let's see, put it aside for a second. Moving on to the page number 16. Make sure that we're still operational. Now we need, let's see, F1 through F5 on the left hand side. So we need part number, on board number 3, we need part number 35. Board number 3. Parts number 35, 5 of them for 5 assemblies. So one, they're all at the center here, to the right a little bit, 2, 3, 4, and one below the middle, at the top. And then we need part number 34, also board number 3 on the top left side. That's going to be our F1. The circle is towards the top into the 2 holes. F2, we're gonna have 32. That's the second one on the board that we just did, right next to the 33. Same thing, circle towards the top. Part number 30 is the top left corner of board number 3. Circle towards the top. F4, part number 33, which is top left all the way in the corner there of board number 3. Part number 35. And then the last one is part number 27. That was a standalone piece. And that one's going to be same thing. Now, bringing back our sub-assembly. And then these guys going to go same thing from F1 from the right hand side, inserting into the hole and into the top 2 holes of the vertical piece. I don't know if you can see it. On my end, one by one. So this one is a hanging piece, so I just need to match the holes. And I'm doing them step by step, so it's kind of easier to match them up if you do one by one. Snap them all, make sure that they are all the way in so there's no spacing. And F5 is going to be all the way at the left edge. All the way in. All right, we're done. That's our sub-assembly is completed. Moving on to the page number 17. From the back, actually on it, they're gonna go at the D stop. We need parts number 36, 3 of them. They're on board number 3 on the bottom left. And so right here. And let's see, we do need only 3 for now. There's 6 of them here. And I'm pushing these out. 1, 2. Actually, no, we need all 6 because they're gonna come along the whole length. They're halves technically. And so pushing all 6 out carefully, make sure you don't break them. They're looks like long and fragile components. Kind of hard to do it in air without any leverage. And these gonna go with the little tab towards the center. They're gonna start from the, I'm gonna start from the top. I'm gonna insert it into these little slots. So one at a time. 1. And they should be going all the way in. I'm gonna turn it around and just make sure that it's facing me. And as I insert it, it should be flat on the bottom here. As you insert it, perpendicular to the hole. Or parallel. And the top also should be flat. 1. Make sure you hold it where you're snapping, just not to break the pieces. Neither the long, these long guys, the arches, or part number 36. like this, and one more. One, two, three. And then from the back, parts number 37 and 38, those gonna go into these holes right here. Right, so 38 is gonna go in first. They are on board number 4. We have 37s pulled out already. 37s, we're gonna need some. And then 38's on board number 4 in the bottom right hand side there. So these are the last parts. I'm gonna push them out. And let's see, 38 is gonna go right the center holes on the arches. So there's 2 holes, 2 holes, 2 holes. They're gonna go into here for the arches. 1, 2, 3. We need just 3. I pulled out. Wait, hold on. This is 37. I pulled out. So 3 38s. Line it up with the hole, and then I'm holding it from the back, snapping in it. So you don't break any parts. And the 3 locations. That's for port number 38, and then we need 6 37. So I have 1. There's boards that are already pulled out. 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6. And these gonna go, there's one on the top of that part number 38 that we just did. And one on the bottom, so one at the top, one on the bottom. Just need to match the holes. Where's my helping tool? I'm using it to press it in. Should probably, 37 probably do first. Although they're inserted fairly easy. As long as you use the helping tool, because it'll give you a little bit of a leverage to insert it. One at the top, one at the bottom. And you can push it into the part to make sure it sits in very nice and easy. There you go. All 6 are done. Moving on to page number 18, and I'm sorry guys if you can't see very well on there, just because it's a large assembly, it's kind of hard. And let's see, we need, we'll be back to this portion just a second. We need parts, let's see, we're on page 18, step number 4, and I'll be back in a few. Okay, we continue in assembly on page number 18. We need parts number 39 and 40. We need 4 40s and it looks like 8 39s. So they're all should be, most of them should be on board number 3. We got them right here and little rectangular piece, and 40 is right below it on the bottom. Here also in rectangular piece, they all go from the back. So let's see on the left hand side, so number 40 is gonna go, we need 4 of them. So they're gonna go into like similar fashion as this one. It's gonna go in the center, number 40. And let's see, with the design, with the round off piece going towards the center. So it's gonna go towards that little piece on one side and on the other, all the way at the edge. That's number 40 here. And then one more right here at second column. And then one all the way at the edge here. And that's kind of like a step down, so that one goes in the center, and then pieces number 39, they're gonna go over the top and the bottom, kind of similar to these long pieces that we did. So we need, instead of double that amount, so instead of 4 should be 8. You got 4, 6, 7, 8, and I'm gonna put these aside because we're gonna be using them on the opposite end. And then similar fashion, one goes at the top. There is only one hole, one tab. And then one on the bottom, one hole, one tab. Make sure you match with the hole. That's gonna be a little bit tough to get in. And same thing, we're gonna try to use the helping tool to make sure it's all the way in. All right. Same thing on the other end. So one at the top. Top is kind of easy to put in. The bottom one is the harder one. So you gotta press on the part with the tab, only one tab going in. And then we're gonna turn it a little bit to the side and put one on the bottom. So if you can apply pressure with your fingers, I'd recommend to use the little helping tool just to give it enough pressure so it's completely seated into the hole. And so and that's number 8. Here we go. All are seated in. And then that's our subassembly F. We're gonna put it aside again. We're in step number 1 on the right hand side. Need to create a G1. So we need parts number 41, 2 of them, and 42. So those are on a small board number 6. And 41 are to the right of the center line. on the bottom, little below and a little above the middle, and then 42, it should be on the same. That's a little piece almost right at the center there. So I'm going to use the helping tool just to get it out. And then in between, we need one of the papers, and that's the one that's going to say Hogwarts Express 9 3/4. We just need one. It's printed on both sides. Open up the hole here. And let's see, so 41, then the little paper clip, or actually I'm gonna put 42 on first. Then I'm gonna use the helping tool to get it in. Then I'm gonna put the paper over through that hole, and then I'm gonna lock it up with another 41. Just make sure it's nice and flush. That's our G1, and that's we're moving on to the page number 19. Step number 1, we need to insert all these from the front. So number 38, we need 3 of them. Let's see, 38 we already pulled out. Actually, there's 2 spare ones on board number 5. There's a bunch of spare parts, so board number 5 is done. I have board number, in my case, board number 2 on the bottom. I have 3 number 38s. Got scared for a second. I thought I broke the part, but I just broke the holding board. And then we're gonna need 6 of 37. So there's 1 on the bottom here of board number 5. Oh, 2, I'm sorry. 2, and then we pulled out some. There's 5 there, so we need 6 total. So let's see. 1, extra pieces, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So similar scenario. So we're gonna do 38s first, and they're gonna be only done at the parts. That's 37. So they all go from the front, and they're gonna be all on the left hand side here. So this one's gonna be the parts number 39 and 40s in a similar fashion. So same thing. These gonna go into the center holes, and I need to reach out. So sorry guys, I won't be able to show you exactly how I'm inserting these, because I need to reach into the back there to give it, maybe this way it would work. 1, and then the second one all the way in, and then the third one into here, so that right below the arches. And then part number 37 is gonna go 1 above and 1 below into these openings on the sides. And so 1 on the top, all the way in, and 1 on the bottom. And I'm gonna use the helping tool just to push that into the holes. And it looks like I'm destroying the tool while I'm at it. And you just apply the pressure where the tab is at. Make sure you hold it from the back. Reach into it and insert it. Two more. And as you can hear with cracking sounds, that's the tab goes into the hole. There you go. I got all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 installed. Then this little Hogwarts Express gonna go into these 4 holes right here. They're a little separated, so just gotta find that little nice spot. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4 40s, and let's see, 8 more of the 39s. So 4 40s, there's a spare 1, 2 actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna insert these first. Similar fashion as we did before, 1 on the left hand side here. So this is gonna go into the lower hole that is on the back of the arch, I guess, or a column. 2, 3, and 4. And then we need 8 of the part number 39. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, some spare ones, and it's the same thing. So these gonna go on the top and bottom of part number 40, so into the holes that are in the column. So I'm gonna start from the right end, and you can just kind of like pre-insert them and use your helping tool just to help out and push it in to make sure it's nice and flush. And so I'm gonna do it on the bottom and top. Unless you can do it with your finger, you can do it with a helping tool. And so columns by the arch. And 2 more on the edge. One on the top and 1 on the bottom. All right, and we're done with page number 19. Moving on to the page number 20. A couple more pieces. So we need to put numbers 45. I'll start slowly, one by one. Parts number 45, we need 4 of them. It's gonna go under the rail on the right and left edge. They're on the right hand side of board number 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're going to be used for the extension of the rail for Hogwarts Express. Unfortunately, at this point of time, and then make sure actually just to hold it. So the dot should be towards the outside, and then we're going to put it on the outermost hole, so it's going to go towards inside. So when you need to add the rail, that's when we use that 45 to add the rail. Right side and left side. Unfortunately, at this point of time, I haven't assembled the Hogwarts Express just yet, so won't be able to show you how it arrives at the station. But as soon as I do, I will pull this out and help you or show you guys how it's done. Number 44. That's the part on board number 3, and that's the last part on there. That one, then board number 3 can go to the side. There's a spare rail on there, and that piece is gonna go on the 2 parts right here. bottom right under the platform, it just says the name and that it's made by UGears. It snaps right into the two openings of these extension bars. Next, part number 43, that's on board number 6. There's a spare on the left and one on a little bit to the right of the center line right in the middle is the part number 43, 9 3/4. That goes into the opening right under the sign. So just gonna go right in there with the 9 3/4 facing this way. I mean, it doesn't matter which way. Oh no, it does, because it's gonna be upside down if you try to face it the other direction. So we done 45, that's step number 3, and then 2 pieces. That's gonna go. Let's see. That's the ones with the little extensions here. So they're on P5. So we're gonna get these two. I'm gonna put this aside just for a second, kind of remove it away. So 1 and 2, P5 is done after this, so you can put it aside. And then we need to punch all these holes out. Use your helping tool, it's very easy with it. Take all these off, holes, covers, and then the same thing with the other one. So it is pretty cool if you're trying to make a diorama set. This nice platform would complement it very well. All right, let's take our platform, and these guys gonna go right here. Forgot these little dots. So there's one on the right hand side. Let's see if they're different. Yes, they are. So with the darker portions gonna go towards the inside. We're gonna put it there's like these little tabs that are on awning, and we just kind of puncture it through into these holes. To sit it onto the platform roof. All right, left and right side. Then moving on to the step number 4. So step number 4, we need the brown ones with the spider webs gonna go on the left and right hand side. So these guys are on P6. That's our last piece of paper there. So these P6 gonna go on the left and right side of the with the spider webs towards the inside. Let's see, there's little tabs on the sides. So the one that's on the right hand side of the platform as you're facing from the rails, that one with the spider web on the top right side as you're looking at the paper. So your tabs are a shorter piece here, and you insert them. There's like a little slots on right and left hand side of these little posts. And insert it on the right and left. Where's my second one? Left is going to be the spider web on the bottom there. So just find these slots, fit the pieces inside there. Why do I have so much struggle with it? Let me take a look at it from the other angle. There you go, the top is done. Now I need to fit the bottom pieces. Sorry. There you go. So these are on. And then the tops, the two tops that are left are these guys. And also on P6. So these gonna go over the top. So the platform has some kind of insides to it, just kind of like in the movie. And let's see, we need to punch all these around pieces out. And now these gonna go over the top. There's like a little hooks in there, so you just put the hooks in and bend them over a little bit towards the top and then insert them into the hooks on the other end. Same thing here. So put them into the hooks, then you bend it and kind of bring it from the top to insert it into the little hooks that are on the right and left hand side. And here I am, screwing everything up. 1, 2. Hold the center. Bring the right side, bring the left side, center. All right, almost done. Oh, seriously. All right, that completes our G assembly. Now we put that on the side for now. Moving on to the page number 21. Let me clean up all this mess here. All right, most of it at least. Alrighty, done with the mess. And now on page number 21, we're only board 6 left. So we gotta assemble a suitcase. We need step number 1 at the top. We need parts number 49, which is right at the center to the right. Part number 48. Let's see, 48 is gonna be on the left hand side. There's 4 of them, so we just need 2. It's gonna be a little bit above the middle. And then I'm gonna do 1 first, keeping the second one for now. 46 is gonna be on the bottom right, and then 47 is at the top right. So 46 gonna go with the design down. Insert into this hole. Actually, I'm gonna remove the 48 for now. '47's on top. I'm gonna put those two into the part number 48. And then 48 on the other side and squeeze them together. These are pretty tough. Top one is good. Need to work it in a little bit, and the bottom is good. And now we can put it with these little tabs. We can put it into part number 49. Here you go. And then let's see, 2 more pieces of luggage. So we need part number 50 and 51. 50 is on the top right, 51 is on the bottom here. And then 2 more 48s on the left hand side on the bottom. All right, so let's see, where's our 50 and 51? I will put a little bit, because these were tough, so I'm gonna put a little bit of wax on the right and left hand side of these little tabs. And then make sure when you insert it into part number 48, that face is towards the top, whichever way, to the right or left, doesn't matter, unless you want to be specific to the instructions. Then you want that, as these 2 tabs are facing to the right, you want the face away from you. So that's gonna go right into here. On top, luggage on top of the luggage. Now we need 2 handles, 52 and 53 part. So bottom right and bottom left, top right, sorry. And then 53 is right on the bottom. Right. So these gonna go into, with the tabs, handles towards the center, towards the luggage. I'm gonna insert first one. Into the second one, because you can twist slightly this part, but not much. Just like this. Then part number 54 at the top right. Board number 6 with the design going outward. That's going to go into these 2 little slots at the top. Excuse me. And then 2 wheels, 55. I'm going to go on the right and left hand side of this card. Just like this. That's our little cart. That's our H1. And then step number 1, we need part number 56 and 58. So I'm making a little characters here. I'm gonna let you guys guess what those characters are when you assemble. I'm not gonna bring them closer to you so you don't see it. All right, so these two characters, and we're gonna put them into the part number 56. 1 and 2. So H2, H3, and they're gonna go onto the platform. So this looks like this completes our assembly. So as you can see, it's a nice diorama set. I'm gonna put the characters on the side here. And then the card somewhere also on the platform. Page number 22 will show you how to separate the rails from the Hogwarts Express, and then to add them onto this platform. Same thing, you need to rotate this couple parts here, snap them together, and you have a nice diorama set of platform with Hogwarts Express. As I mentioned, I haven't assembled the Hogwarts Express yet, at least the video is not available. But it will be available shortly once I get to it for the assembly, so you'll be able to assemble one or the other. Once again, this is a nice add-on piece to Hogwarts Express with a couple characters, and I mean, there's some hidden stuff. You can lift these up and kind of walk through, theoretically, but in either case. Thank you for being here. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to leave the comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, as I'm going to be releasing more videos of all the models that are, or most of the models I should say, that UGears is releasing, and plus extras. If you need part replacement, do not hesitate to contact us or the manufacturer. info@ugears.us or customer service at ugearsmodels.com. Once again, send us any questions or comments. Don't feel free to leave the comments below, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time with another assembly. The platform, kind of a little overview how it's gonna look on your desk or table. Characters here, so pretty cool looking platform.